If you had a
Not like
working
the
version of
Magic
AIDS,
Johnson. Well, yeah, well, like not the Magic Johnson version of AIDS. I don't know what the fuck that is. Like that dude's
That's
never
awesome.
gonna die. He got fake AIDS.
It is weird that some people totally get off on getting some certain piercings done. I've known of people that, like, my friend PJ, like, whenever he gets tattoos done, it tickles.
yeah.
It's weird how people's bodies react to shit like that.
Well, and technically speaking, with the septum, your nose actually is comprised of phallic tissue. So same tissue that's in your junk is actually in your nose. So it sets off the receptors in your
Can I
brain.
say septum damn near killed him? Or does this not apply?
I have never said that I like Twilight over Star Wars. I definitely pick Star Wars over Twilight, Mooner420 in the chat. No, I don't really like Twilight at all. Honestly, like, it had some really good cinematography. Like, it looked really good. It should, because it cost millions of fucking dollars.
Yeah.
There was actually some really funny parts. The two main characters, if they completely left them out, it wouldn't have been a bad movie. Or bad series.
The characters or the actors?
Either. Well, probably the actors. The whole love story shit, but, like, her dad was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And other stuff, but...
Well, you gotta keep in mind that it's geared towards teeny bopper girls.
Yeah. I mean, I squealed every time that Jacob took a shirt off, and I don't think it was appreciated by many of the people in the audience.
You really did too. You were totally the whole time.
And I can squeal like a girl pretty good. So.
You can. You're pretty good at that.
So I'm gonna kill this chat with one thing because I really do want to know what everybody thinks. There's a everybody's gonna say they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's a new series. It's like a prequel to The Shining. It's just called Bates Motel or called Bates or something. And A&E is putting the show on, and it's a series. I wonder if anybody heard about that. Or,
it's a sequel to, not a sequel to The Shining, sequel to Psycho.
Or not? Yeah, Psycho Shot. Sorry, that's the Scotch talking right now. But I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, could it be cool or could it be just total shit? I mean, these cable channels have actually been putting out some cool shit lately. I mean, to me, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I think it has possibility because it is a smaller company or smaller channel that's doing it. But it has a complete possibility of being just shit. I mean, Psycho was good. I even liked the remake of it.
Which is weird because you usually don't like most remakes.
Wasn't it like Vince Vaughn in that?
It was. I don't know. It was okay, but
that was one. Wasn't Vince Vaughn in fucking the remake of
and Anne Heche
jerking off?
in Anne Heche. Oh my god.
Sorry, I remember people's names.
That's the chick that what's her face that talks
married Ellen.
Ellen, yeah. She licks her vagina. She rescues the princess on occasion.
I'm excited for the Evil Dead remake.
Yeah, that does look pretty good, actually. It looks kind of fucked up, but it looks kind of good.
The thing that pisses me off the most is that the preview actually, or what I saw, looks really good. And it pisses me off.
You've sworn off going to most remakes. I think you've avoided pretty much all of them.
Most of the ones that I've actually gone to, I didn't realize it was a remake until afterwards. It's just something I hadn't heard of before.
BRB noobs.
I think Ryan's Pizza must be there.
I'm assuming. What was the next part that we were going... Oh, about the whole fact that with the Star Wars movies coming out in 2015 along with a bunch of other awesome movies.
All kinds of shit. Okay, 2015 is the year of the fucking nerd in the movies. We got Star Wars Episode 7, Avengers 2, a Justice League movie, which I'm excited about. A new Fantastic Four. I think it's supposed to be a reboot, which I hope because the other ones kind of sucked.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Because the second one was good. The first one was a rancid piece of shit.
Yeah. I like some things about the Fantastic Four stuff. Like, I think the characters looked good. and like the effects looked good. The story was just kind of shit. But I mean, it's Fantastic Four. It's only gonna be so good anyway. So we also have a
movie FX shit. You know, it's like I'll watch it on USA when it's on, and it's a good movie. But it's not a
Yeah.
good movie to go to the theater and like, you know, it's not Avengers quality. It's not, you know, Spider-Man 1, 2, or 3. It's not Raimi quality. You know what I mean?
So what's the rating? We have like see it in the theater, rent it, watch it on USA.
Yeah,
Or
exactly. No,
not.
yeah, exactly.
Also, we have Pirates of the Caribbean 5, which I like Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Kind
Not
of looks
even-
like a ghost from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Actually, I like the last one. I finally just watched it the other day.
I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, Liz still. We've had it in our house for probably the last 9 months, and Liz still hasn't watched it, and I just
You know-
watched it.
I'll be honest
I
with
keep
you,
getting
with the
sidetracked when I go and visit John in his bunker. You know, someone's got to bring him food every so often.
Well, the thing is with Pirates of the Caribbean, I think if you watch them all out of like, if you watch number 2, then 1, then 3, it wouldn't fucking make a difference. Like you would,
Yeah.
you still wouldn't know what the fuck is going on.
Maybe between like the first and the second one, because some of the the characters more intertwine. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, and also Warcraft movie is scheduled.
that's nuts. I didn't
Yeah.
even heard about that till you put it in the show notes. What the hell is that?
Yeah,
Um,
they've been working on it for a couple of years now. Like, the scripting for it and stuff like that.
Is it live
Yeah.
action or is it going to be CG?
Don't know.
Don't know.
They're not releasing shit. They actually just released the director. You got somebody that I've never effing heard of. Like I never wrote him down. What else he's done and stuff. But
Yui Bowl.
what's that?
Yui Bowl. Wouldn't that be funny if he was there?
Oh, he makes some good video game movies, so I'm looking forward to that.
I am curious to see.
Postal 8. I'm in.
I am curious to see where they go with the Warcraft movie.
I've heard some rumors of it. That it's just going to follow like one of the Alliance characters.
Which
Like one
if
of
so,
big-
that sucks because Alliance totally sucks.
But I mean, it's understandable. I mean, if you think how big a scope like the universe is, and like how would they even start a story there? It'd have to be you'd have to follow somebody that's relatable to the audience,
Yeah.
or it'll be hard to follow.
And Horde is more geared towards bad guys, anyways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole thing that what I read they're talking about, like they're still not making the Horde the bad guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they are, but they're not. I mean, they're still bad guys aside from the Horde. Optimus Prime asked what we were talking about. We were talking about some of the movies that are scheduled to come out in 2015. Because we were talking about J.J. Abrams being picked to direct the new Star Wars movie. And it
So
comes
who's
out in
casting that,
2015.
by the way? I mean,
And
are they
what?
going to go with a new cast? Or are they going to, like, you know what I mean? They're going to find, like, people who are unknown. It's kind of like what they've been doing, which is what they should do with
Yeah.
the Star Wars movies.
I don't know.
Or,
Well, and the fact that, like, you know, Disney bought it out, that franchise, so I'm curious if that's going to affect how that ends up
fucking
going.
Hannah Montana is going to be like Princess Leia. It's going to, seriously, that shit is going to get so fucked up so quick. Like, Justin Bieber is going to be like Luke Skywalker. Too bad.
That would be fucking awful. Well, and then there's also looking at it from the perspective of, you know, because, you know, it's Disney that's bought it out, you know, is it going to, you know, are they going to just simply go for whatever is going to work mainstream, or are they actually going to follow what the fan base would want? Because, I mean, you look at the Transformers in movies, fuck, they you know, they kind of went along with, like, how the actual story and stuff are, but I mean, like, one of the things that Spoody and I were talking about the whole time when we were watching it was they completely fucked up with Optimus Prime, the fact that, like, they had him killing other Transformers and shit, and that never fucking happened. Optimus Prime never killed anyone. You know, that was you know, not his thing, kind of thing.
But I mean, but with the Transformers, like it does make sense, and it kind of plays into like the lore in some of the different series. I mean, there's been like 15 different like cartoon series and comic book series, and I mean, he's in most of them. He's always been a badass fighter, but you never see it. I mean, he's always at the point where he's already the leader, and doesn't really have to do the fighting. And with the cartoons and stuff, like nobody really died. I mean, Optimus was one of the only ones that died in like the movie.
And then he came back.
Well, actually, a bunch of them died, and Unicron kind of recreated a bunch of them. But I don't know. But if you look at Disney bought out Marvel a few years ago, and they with like the Iron Man and the Avengers movie, like they've really stood back and let Marvel kind of do their thing.
Yeah. So hopefully they do that with Star Wars as well, because I mean, I definitely like Star Trek more than Star Wars, but I do really like Star Wars a lot as well, and I hope that they kind of stick to like the same, that they don't stray.
So when we're all bored of like these individual intellectual properties, like we're gonna see a mashup of like Avengers, Transformers, and fucking like
because they'll all be owned by the same
most ridiculous thing. Yeah, exactly.
The one upside to J.J. Abrams is like he does have experience after doing Star Trek of doing a big blockbuster sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Star Trek looked great.
And the trailers for the new one looked really awesome too.
Yeah, and I mean, really, as far as I know, of Star Trek stuff, like it followed the lore pretty well. I mean, obviously, it's kind of a new idea.
Yeah, it was kind of like a
I never really heard much about the purists freaking out and complaining about too much stuff.
I was happy with it.
Well,
Granted, as much as I was a pretty big fan of Star Trek, the original series, I mean, like, it was pretty cheesy. So, whereas this was a little bit more serious.
And with the new Star Trek,
got so much play in Star Trek. Now, the new Star Wars can have Harold playing, like Han Solo or something.
Well, I think that with the Star Trek, like he did a really good job at casting.
Oh, they did an amazing job.
Even though there was a few people that were famous.
No, they didn't. Siler as Spock was fucking shit. That it was crazy. Like you should not.
That's probably my least favorite out of them, but
they did great for Bones.
Bones was awesome.
Oh, they're fucking amazing. I fucking love that shit.
I don't know. The George Takei character, the Kumar, I don't know. It's going a little too far for me. You're stretching it.
I do
was happy with the cast.
John Cho, though. He was good, but who played him. And I actually saw an interview with John Cho, and he actually talked about, like, he had met George Takei. And George was actually telling him about Gene Roddenberry's take on Sulu. And the name was Japanese. Yeah. The name was actually Japanese only because George Takei is Japanese. It didn't really have any, like... He kind of changed it, like, the last name to fit Takei.
George, how are you pronouncing that?
Takei?
Hey.
I think it's pronounced Taito, actually.
Oh, John, you're such a dick. Well, I love you.
You guys gotta make out. You better go head over to his bunker.
Hey, yeah, if he would have just driven a little further to my house, undisclosed location, we could have made out. Fuck, Mary, kill, John Hunter. I'm just saying.
He's gonna fuck them all to death. That's what's gonna happen. while Glenn performs a marriage. Yeah. Optimus Prime in the chat actually made a good point. This generation has no idea what to make. They just keep remaking all the good stuff. Most of it blows. Did you see the new Texas Chainsaw movie? It sucked a hole.
Dude, that new one. I mean, you can't give something away after you give Rob Zombie a title. Just be done with it, or give it back to Rob Zombie, because it's never gonna. There's no way. I mean, that guy's proven himself to be one of the fucking utmost. What do you
horror
think?
remix though?
What do you guys think about the Rob Zombie horror remakes? Fucking phenomenal, right?
I have never seen them.
Somebody say something about the Commodore 64.
I have never seen I'm a huge horror movie fan. I have never seen the Texas Chainsaw remakes. I haven't seen the Halloween remake, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Because you refuse
I just refuse to. First of all, the
Personally,
Nightmare on Elm
didn't
You
Street
have
like
one,
no
it.
I
idea
know
what
the
you're
Elm Street
missing.
did.
Like the Halloween and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remakes are just insane. Like the just you gotta see them.
I hated the Nightmare on Elm Street one, but the Halloween ones, as different movies, they were awesome. And I'm actually looking forward to the Evil Dead remake. So
PJ was actually telling me about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, and it sounded interesting. He said he liked it. He said he actually really liked it a lot.
I mean,
PJ
I
was
did.
telling me that it's Taito, not Tato.
I do think the Rob Zombie is a good choice. I mean, I know that he is a huge horror movie fan and tries to do justice, as much as he can. But still, remake's a fucking remake. Come up with a new idea, put a new name on it.
I think that is something I am disappointed in, is just how many remakes are happening now, and the fact that like there's not really a whole lot of movies that have came out that have been an original idea that I've been like, oh my god, this was amazing. Like it's just like,
I mean,
just
it's obvious that you're only going to be able to do so much that's new that hasn't been done.
yeah.
I mean, if you want to do a zombie movie, it's kind of hard to do something that hasn't been done. But you can still do it.
Although, there's Warm Bodies, which is that one that we see in the trailer for.
Which- It honestly, it still looks like a stupid chick flick,
yeah.
but it is a zombie movie. Stupid chick
And
flick,
they're actually
I think
kinda
you can still
going-
do good continuations.
and it had
Sorry.
a good idea. I think that hasn't
What
been
fucking
been built up.
zombies?
That that there could be a
That's
cure.
gross.
That there are
Not a
actually
good idea.
stuff from
What, your
from the
daughter
perspective
fucking a
of the
zombie? No, John Malkovich is right.
coming from the guy
He's like,
that wants to fuck all
"Ah."
the Ewoks.
Yeah, like, that shit could break off inside you. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Double bag it.
Oh god.
I just wish they would do continuations of shows versus the actual entire remakes, because
Yeah.
if you look at like Tron Legacy, I mean, how awesome was that compared to the original that came out in '82? There's just so many different possibilities.
I actually did enjoy Tron Legacy, or the new Tron movie.
A bit, yeah.
We actually watched the 3D version of it, and I actually kind of liked. I liked how they implemented the 3D versus how like a lot of the other movies have, where like
Of all the things they did, they did the selective 3D. They only did part of it in 3D.
yeah.
Why the fuck wasn't the motorcycle scene in 3D? That part would have made sense.
Yeah. Well, I do like what they did with the Tron movie, though.
Yeah,
And that,
it was.
inside the game, it was in 3D. But I like that they actually did the rest of it, so you didn't have to take the glasses off and put them back on. And
Yeah.
we did watch the first Tron like a week or two before that. Honestly, I had never seen it before that. I don't think Liz did either. We went and watched it with
I hadn't seen it before that.
friend Tim
Have you seen
McVeigh's
the?
house.
Have you seen the Tron Lebowski?
No.
It's yeah, you'll have to YouTube that one. It's basically they've College Humor has done a mashup of the Big Lebowski and Tron.
Yeah.
So check that out.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it's
really
fun.
good time.
But I do have to say, like, I understand how and why Tron was as revered as it is. Like, and I understand like how cool it was back in the day, but it really fucking sucked. It was so fucking boring
Yeah.
by today's standards. Anyway,
It kind of reminds me of, we, talking about riff tracks. We watched the riff tracks for the first Star Wars movie, which would be Episode 4. And it was just really hard to watch because it's just so slow compared to how movies are today that, like, there'd be a joke and then there'd be, like, a long
Blasphemer. Blasphemer.
pause. I mean, when you're most of the time when you watch riff tracks, like, for newer
Too young
movies, it's just, like,
understand.
joke after joke after joke. Like, the riff tracks for Twilight, just, like, constantly joke. And then when you watch, like, that one,
that's because today nobody has any attention span.
I know, but I was just saying,
No,
like, it was just... it
there's
was
no
just so
jokes
weird.
during the Star Wars riff tracks because Star Wars is fucking perfect. That's why you can't make any jokes about Star Wars.
Jesus.
You should watch the Star Wars riff tracks though. You probably like it.
It is
The Twilight one was fucking hilarious. If you
Oh,
ever watched
God.
Twilight,
Don't
if
go
you don't
chase
like
those,
Twilight,
guys. Don't
Can't
go
even
chase
watch it.
those.
if you don't want to, if you think Twilight's a stupid idea, watch the riff track version because they make fun of it a lot.
Oh, it's
It's the stuff that's going to go through your head anyway.
Line.
But it's
Line.
line. If anything, at least watch the. There's like a 10-minute best of on YouTube that has the song, Kevin Murphy's song in it, and it's
One of them does. There's a couple different
Yeah.
ones. One of them does, and one of the other ones I found doesn't. But the song for that is fucking great.
like Ludo says, like there's a ton of good stuff out there. People just don't ever talk about it. And he mentions Cabin in the Woods, Sinister, VHS. I really liked Cabin in the Woods. I think Eli Roth, who did that one? Yes, no, that's Cabin Fever. I'm thinking of Cabin in the Woods.
Yep.
Different one.
Pulse creeped you out.
Pulse? Yeah.
And
Ghost
American-
movies seem to creep me out more than the horror movies ones. Because it almost seems more plausible. You can only... it's the whole bad guy not ever dying thing that just doesn't seem plausible. And I laugh at, and I've made enough horror movies.
Sam Raimi's newest. Sam Raimi got. He did. I think he just produced the Possession, but that one's good. It's creepy little kids. Little kid gets possessed, and that little chick goes batshit crazy and like fucking. Just it's crazy. It's a really cool one. It has a good feel to it, kind of like the Drag Me to Hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you like that, it's a PG-13 horror, if you will. I mean, as well as it can be done, it's pretty cool. So, if you guys like horror movies, definitely check that one out.
Jeepers Creepers was actually really good. I like that one. Not so much the second one, but
Hey Josh, you had a fuck, marry, kill for Glenn.
I do have a fuck, marry, kill for Glenn.
Oh, great.
Where is it here? Actually, I'm missing one. I had an idea, and then I never thought of the third one. Well, actually, there's another. We have two of them. Movie peoples. Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Tom Cruise.
What? Oh, I'm not fucking any of them.
You got
You
to.
got to.
Can't
Got to.
marry any of them.
You can
Because-
let them fuck you if you'd like.
No, I don't think I'd like
As
that.
soon as you're done fucking Doom 2, you can put it in one of them.
You gotta fuck one of them.
Sodomy is illegal in Wisconsin.
So go somewhere else. You come to
Yeah,
Iowa,
dude,
but
I
apparently
fuck
it's legal.
dogs here in my state, so I don't know what's going on here.
Come on, Glenn, you gotta pick.
Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Tom Cruise.
God, I'd probably kill Tom Cruise. That's a given
Not nice.
there.
I think
not nice.
probably the prettiest one out of the bunch. The most girly, in
What?
my opinion.
Yeah, he's the easiest to fuck. I'm
That is a
saying.
midget, so that's a plus.
You know, looks really don't matter in this situation because at the end of the day, you're still fucking a dude.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
but
and he's only doing it doggy style. So I mean, really, he doesn't know what.
somebody in the chat thinks I'm a rapist.
You're a rapist or a racist?
Rapist.
Oh, well, you're all racist. We figured that out with the.
No, I
fucking-
totally fucked Tootie. That's okay.
I think I had Oprah on there too. I think we're race friendly here.
Come on, Glenn, you gotta pick the other ones.
Yeah, come on, Glenn.
I am not a
Well,
rapist.
let's
I
go.
can't rhyme.
Which one has more money, Sylvester Stallone or Schwarzenegger?
Probably
I think
Schwarzenegger.
He
Yeah,
lost a
but-
little though with that love child though, didn't he?
Well, yeah, I mean, he was married
Yeah,
to
I
the,
think so. He fucked it up.
Heinz
and Made.
ketchup air.
Then
It's
if
Stallone
Arnold
has
has more
now.
money, marry Arnold.
I think Arnold's probably the oldest and probably be the first one to kick the bucket.
Yeah, so I can get his money faster. That's how it works, right?
I think so. Oh,
Then I guess that just leaves Sylvester Stallone. Oh man, I don't like that one.
Yeah, maybe you should go play some elevator action with Phil.
Are we going to play it on the Commodore 64 or what?
Yeah,
When
buddy.
I first heard the title Elevator Action before I ever seen gameplay, I was like, what the fuck? Why would you even, like, what is it, like, you're on an elevator and you're getting some action? Or?
My God, slow it down. Liz, are you serious? That's fucking uncalled for. I mean, we're all trying to do a serious show, and then you come up with something like that. Like, that's just fucked up.
It totally ruined the vibe, man.
Yeah, I know. Really fucked it all up. Me and my cat ears.
Elevator action. Yeah, because, like, what could you call it? Like, bathroom action? What is that? Like, you're coming in and out of bathrooms. Just got a suitcase. Oh, look at me. I got a suitcase.
To steal all the condoms out of the condom machine.
Oh, jeez.
Basement action.
Where are we at now,
Coming
John?
up out of the basement.
Just some more fuck, marry, kills. In the charity thing. I do have one for John.
Liz, real quick. F, Mary, kill. John Hunter, Glenn Updike, Phil Timmons. Go.
I'd marry John, I'd fuck Glenn, and I'd kill Phil.
Oh, my God. I can't believe you.
What the fuck?
Good
Ridiculous.
answer.
The funny thing is, you answered the exact same way I would have.
I'd fly through the street, man.
High five.
I love you, Phil. I wouldn't really kill you. I'd feel bad. I'd feel bad afterwards, Phil.
Dude,
It was necessity. I had to.
She would just.
I
Yeah.
bet you feel like, oh, why the fuck did I join this chat?
I'd cry to John after we got married when we were laying in bed at night. I'd be like, I can't believe I had to kill Phil.
He had it coming.
Like, mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, mic 1, 2.
So, Retro Shinobi had a good point. That was a pretty quick response, Liz.
What?
I mean, have you thought about like?
Like,
So whatever.
Because I knew that somebody would bring up the rest, somebody else in the group here for you.
Well, I married. The reason why
I guess.
the reason why I'd say I
the
married
next
John.
question we asked Booty: divorce, marry, move out of state.
The reason I picked John to marry is because John and I are already retarded for each other, just with our best friend bullshit, and the fact I already know we get along and everything. So that was easy.
Amanda, will you marry me and move into my parents' garage house?
Well, I can understand why girls would want to fuck me, but why would you kill Phil?
I don't know. I can't say that I'd fuck Phil because then God knows.
He's married.
God knows, it ended up causing problems. Someone would actually think that I actually wanted to go fuck him.
I
That was
do have
honestly the thought process. I was like, I don't want, if Phil's wife were to watch this, I don't want her to think that I'd actually, because I wouldn't.
If Phil's wife knew he was even on here talking without video, he'd be fucking living in a hotel down the,
He'd be in the bunker with me.
I'm already in the bunker. That's why I don't have video.
So that was the thought process behind it. For anyone that's just watching that doesn't really know John and I very well, John and I are we're practically twins.
Back it up.
They're homos together.
We know.
We're like best friends.
Super
Best
fag.
friends, Best
Oh, God.
friends. Best friends.
So I have another fuck, marry, kill for John though.
Fantastic.
We have Honey Boo Boo, Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys,
You can't put
or
Honey
Jared from Subway.
Mary Kill. You fucking animal. You can't even do that. How is that?
I
Well,
got
I'll kill
all guys on mine.
I'll kill Honey Boo Boo out of principle because
You guys better recognize.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. What's happening?
I think I'd get along with Bubbles okay, so I guess I'd have to fucking marry Bubbles.
You can move into his trailer with him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then
With
what was,
cats.
We need it.
It was Honey Boo Boo
Yep.
and
This.
Honey Boo Boo. What was the other one?
Honey Boo Boo, Bubbles, and then Jared from Subway.
oh Jesus.